Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things, including the ones that make you go, huh, I never thought about that, but now I can't stop thinking about it. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Nourishin420. Thanks for the spicy username and the sweet question. Nori, you asked, why do cherry blossoms have pink petals? If you've ever seen a cherry blossom tree in full bloom and felt like you walked into a real-life anime montage, you're not alone. But what's the deal with those soft pink petals? Are they naturally pink? Are they just shy leaves? Do they blush when we stare at them too hard? Well, today we're unpacking the colorful truth behind those famous blooms. So grab a cup of tea, put on your best spring vibes, and let's dig into the pigment-powered, petal-packed mystery of cherry blossoms, right here on Explaining Everything. Okay, before we dive too far down this floral rabbit hole, let's get our terms straight. What most people call pink leaves on cherry blossom trees aren't leaves. They're petals. That's right. Leaves are the green, photosynthesis-having workhorses of the plant world. Petals are the glamorous, short-lived divas. Petals don't do hard labor. They just show up once a year, steal the spotlight, and leave, pun intended. So next time you're under a cherry blossom tree and you think, wow, look at those pink leaves, gently correct yourself. Or don't. I'm not the flower police. But we are talking petals today. Now that we've got our terminology in order, why are the petals pink? Is the tree just trying to be cute? Maybe. But mostly, it's all about pigments. Petal color comes from molecules called anthocyanins. These are natural pigments found in plants that produce red, purple, and blue hues, depending on pH levels and other factors. In cherry blossoms, they're responsible for that sweet cotton candy pink. It's nature's version of makeup. Except instead of eyeliner and blush, the tree is like, hit me with that anthocyanin glow up. Boom! Insta-ready. Let's zoom in on this pigment for a second. Anthocyanins are part of the flavonoid family, which sounds like a superhero squad, and kinda. They help protect the plant from UV rays, temperature changes, and even pests. But in petals, they serve another mission, attraction. No, not Tinder. We're talking pollinators. Bees, butterflies, and other bugs are drawn to colorful petals like shoppers to a 50% off sale. So cherry blossoms wear pink to attract the attention they need for reproduction. It's their version of putting on a flirty outfit and hanging around outside the club, waiting for the bees to show up. Here's the twist. Not all cherry blossoms are pink. Some are white, some are pale yellow, and a few even flirt with lavender. The color depends on the variety of the cherry tree and how much anthocyanin they produce. For example, the famous Some Yoshino cherry trees in Japan bloom in a very pale pink, almost white. Meanwhile, varieties like Kanzan go full Barbie-core with bright pink petals that scream, "Spring has arrived." So, if you've ever compared cherry blossom pics with a friend and thought, why does yours look like a marshmallow and mine looks like a flamingo? That's why. Here's something even cooler. Cherry blossom petals often change color over time. Many start deep pink in bud form, then fade to pale pink or even white as they bloom. Why? It has to do with aging cells and decreasing anthocyanin levels. As the flower matures, the pigment breaks down and the petals lose their vibrant color. Just like that new hoodie you washed 6 times in a row. So, in a weird, poetic way, cherry blossoms are beautiful because they're fleeting. They're like nature's Snapchat filter, gorgeous, but gone too soon. Cherry blossoms, especially in Japan, aren't just pretty flowers. They're cultural icons. Known as Sakura, they symbolize renewal, the beauty of impermanence, and also national picnicking season. Every spring, people gather for hanami, flower viewing parties where you sit under the blossoms, eat way too many snacks, and question why you ever stayed indoors during spring. It's wholesome chaos. The trees were even gifted from Japan to countries like the US, which is why Washington, D.C. turns into a pastel explosion every April. If cherry blossoms were influencers, they'd be global. So, while anthocyanins give cherry blossoms their pink glow, it's the feeling we attach to them that makes them so special. Their science and sentiment rolled into one fluffy petal package. They bloom just once a year for a short time, and their beauty is fleeting, which kind of makes them the Beyoncé of trees. They show up, slay, and vanish before anyone can say, "Where did the blossoms go?" Their pink color is nature's reminder that beauty doesn't last forever. But while it's here, you better get that selfie, or write a poem, or just stop and stare like you accidentally walked into a painting. So the next time you see cherry blossoms dancing in the breeze, you'll know it's not just nature showing off. It's science, history, and a little plant drama rolled into one poetic explosion of pink. Whether you're snapping a selfie under the blooms or just admiring them from your window, remember, those petals are pink for a reason, and now you know why. Until next time, stay curious, stay weird, and enjoy some trees, preferably the pink ones. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.